Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stenevec along with Carol Masser. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg News equities reporter Natalia Kanijevic. Natalia, a lot moving in the after hours.
A lot. So let's start with the biggest post-market stock mover, Oracle. The ticker is ORCL. The stock is down by 6.5% on posting disappointing cloud revenue. So basically, fiscal second quarter cloud sales increased 34%, revenue for infrastructure business jumped 68%, but both those metrics, they came below expectations. The company is now engaging in this big data center build out to power, of course, this AI work for OpenAI. It also has clients like ByteDance's TikTok, Meta platforms as some of its customers. However, there's a lot of skepticism among investors because they think that there's a lot of competition from companies like Alphabet. So it's still there are lots of unknowns in the future for the company.
There's a lot of nervousness when it comes to Oracle. I mean, the stock has slid about 30%, I think, since hitting a record just a few months ago. And so it's down, I think, about 30%. And then you're just seeing it continue to trade lower. So there is nervousness about the spend and build out, right?
I think that's the concern going into it too.
Yeah.
Was like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
What's going on? And, you know, we saw it with credit default swaps just a few weeks ago. And I think, and look, we're talking about this. We're recording this at a time where we haven't listened to the call yet. So you said, and you made the point on our program today, Carol, that this is going to be a main question on the call.
Yeah, so
analysts are going to want to know about the debt.
That means it's a little hint. Go to the Bloomberg a little bit later on.
All right, so Oracle on your radar. Also, GE Vernova, ticker GEV.
I love this stock.
Why do you love it, Carol?
I just think it's just...
The spinoff?
Yeah, I think the spinoff, the story, the background. Like, remember when GE was this huge conglomerate, everything under, and then they spun off the individual businesses?
Remind everybody, GE was the company.
It was the economy.
They were in everything. They were in financial services. They were in industrials. They were in media. I mean... Yeah, so it's a very different, GE Vernova is very different than what GE was back in the day.
But doing well.
Doing well. This is the best performing stock in the S&P 500 today. It's up by 15, almost 16% today. And this is also now your AI infrastructure story because, right, we see that the company is benefiting from this demand for electricity driven, of course, by data centers, AI, overall electrification of the economy. However, I should point out that wind business was the weakest spot. Nevertheless, we saw an upgrade from Oppenheimer, and the analyst said that despite this wind business underperformed, the magnitude of AI infrastructure build out is becoming much bigger and lasting longer than they previously expected. The price target was set at $855.
Wow.
Stock closed at $723. Stock is up almost 120% year to date. That's amazing.
Okay, so that's certainly one stock that moved higher today. A stock that did not move higher today, and in fact moved lower, was Uber. Gig economy stocks took a real hit today, Natalia. What's going on?
Exactly. So Uber, the ticker is UBER, is down by 5.5% today. This came after Wedbush analysts raised some concerns, and specifically, they said that Tesla and Waymo are ramping up their autonomous vehicle efforts into 2026, and that could be a big disruption for companies like Uber, like Lyft. And they say 2026 could be a very painful year. This is a quote for both companies. And he also said that many people just underestimate how negative the impact from AVs could be for like these traditional drivers.
Well, remember, Uber had this whole autonomous vehicle under Travis Kalanick. Like, they were doing this.
Yeah.
And they sold it off a few years ago because it was expensive and shareholders didn't necessarily love it. But I mean, this was the ultimate goal, was create, and that's what Elon's trying to do with Tesla and Robotaxi, like create a service that doesn't actually involve human drivers.
And then there's Waymos.
Well, that's the point, right?
I love Waymos. Have you been in a Waymo?
Never.
Oh my God. It is heavenly. It's like going into a spa. I mean, the music is spa-like. There's nobody in there. It's like really spotless car.
Carol's always raising her hand to go to California to do the LA and the
Every
San
time I
Francisco
go,
trip.
I make sure I get in a Waymo at least a couple of times.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.